We all understand the type of climate that we're dealing with. We're dealing with multiple offer situations.
I'd love to know sort of what's your why? What makes you tick? Why are you so successful?
Have a dialogue with your lawyer. Have a dialogue with your agent.
Both sort of passionate about sort of what we do.
Again, vet your agent to make sure that they're experienced and they're local. I like that idea.
No excuse to miss it on Saturdays from 8 to 9.
That's right.
WBZ.
And now, the show that gives you the latest and most relevant housing market news. Real Estate Radio Boston with financial expert Rick Shearer and legal professional Ali Alavi.
Welcome back, WBZ 1030, Real Estate Radio Boston. Give us a call at 8554-ASK-RICK, 8554-ASK-RICK. And again, let us be your real estate concierge if you need a listing agent, if you need a buyer's agent in the marketplace. Give us a call. We'll absolutely make some referrals for you.
Every week I say love us on Facebook, and people are listening. I mean, they're loving me on Facebook. It's so awesome.
Over on Facebook.
It's great.
I love you.
Anyway, excited to have in studio Hudson Santana from Santana Properties Team out of Keller Williams in Cambridge. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here. This is a pleasure.
Hudson, it's so exciting to have you here. I've over time I have fallen in love with you based on what you do professionally, but also the image that you portray in your social media. To me, is absolutely brilliant. It's
Awesome.
Absolutely genius, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I tell the listeners your story. Tell us how you came here. What motivated you to come here, and how did you become the powerhouse real estate agent that you are now?
Okay. Do we have 2 hours in the show to talk about that?
Talk quick, sir. We got 8 minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm originally from the Amazon in Brazil. So I grew up there. My uncle was living in the U.S., working at a restaurant. I finished high school, and he said, do you want to come to the U.S.?
Yes.
I said, yes, absolutely. So came here, started working as a dishwasher in a restaurant while going to school at night to learn English. Went back to Brazil for a year, trying to go to law school where my brother was paying for it. And then I decided that I didn't want to become an attorney while my brother was a cook. Nothing against cooks.
Right, but your brother was here and he was supporting you to go to law school in Brazil, and you felt, oh, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I don't want to get educated at the cost and sort of have a different position over my brother, and that motivated you to come back here.
Absolutely. And now, as a matter of fact, my brother and I own a very successful business together, and we're both out of the restaurant industry.
That's great.
That's such an amazing story. Now, so you came back to this country. You decided to work in the hospitality industry, the restaurant business. That wasn't for you. And what motivated you to get into the real estate business?
So my wife, Lisa, at that time, she was my girlfriend. She knew I wasn't really into the restaurant industry. I didn't really like the atmosphere of the. So she said that, I think you'd be really good in real estate. You should get into it. But at the same time, she didn't want to work with me. She wanted to.
Well, she's smart.
Yeah. She didn't want it to be a professional relationship. So it took me a while to convince her. And now today we're on our team together and we work together. So.
Oh, wow. So basically what you're telling me is, Lisa, and make sure you're listening to what I'm about to say, you owe everything to her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. So.
What an amazing
That's
story.
great. Yeah. Hudson, tell us a little bit about your market and your team. I mean, I know that you've doing some great marketing. We were talking about it a couple minutes ago. Obviously, you're advertising on this wonderful station that we're on, WBZ. But some of your marketing efforts are really starting to pay off for you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that, you need to be, if you're the best in your group, you need to find another group. So in order for me to be successful with marketing, I need to associate myself with the best people in the industry.
Right.
So as far as I know in the radio, the best person out there is Gary LaPierre. So I'm very pleased and excited to have the opportunity to work with him. As a matter of fact, we're having lunch this week together. So
that's great.
It's always great to meet with him.
We're coming.
And I also
where's it going to be?
Exactly. Just last Monday I was in New York City with Barbara Corcoran. As everybody knows, she's from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
She built the biggest real estate company in New York, most successful real estate company in New York. So she's really a big inspiration, and big fan, so I found my way to be associated with her, and now we do some marketing together, and I get to learn from her.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: so you, focusing on Barbara Corcoran for a minute,
Sure.
what are some of the tools? And feel free to not answer it,
Yeah.
but I hope that you do, because I think most successful people share the recipe to their success. What are some of the tools that she's shared with you that you want to incorporate in your existing business to take your business to the next level?
Well, I'm a big believer that, I want to be a business owner. I don't want to be an independent contractor. And when you're out there trying to do everything on your own, all you are is an independent contractor. What Barbara shares, and we have a conference call every month, is really how did she build the business? How, what is it that she did and what are the steps? So I'm always focusing on how can I take my team to the next level? And I don't want to learn from somebody that just wrote a book about it. I want to learn from somebody that did it and is still doing it at a high level.
What would you say would be some of the key elements to building that business and taking it to the next level? Do you think? I mean, obviously, it starts off by having that burning desire in your gut that you have. It also has to do with the fact that you've been able to effectively assemble a very, very good team together. A lot of people have difficulty putting a good team together. How did you manage to do that?
Well, I think it's all about quality. I think a lot of people focusing on collecting people. And what I focus on is quality. I tell people I'm looking for talent because the first question is like, what positions do you have available? And I tell them I have every position available. If you're talented and you're going to help get me to this next level, and I help you get to the next level, it's going to be a great fit.
So it's not the number of people that are on your team. It's the actual quality of the people that are on your team. How do you assess the quality of the person before having them engaged in your team?
So let me just say one thing, and
Please.
I love this quote, but if you think hiring a professional is expensive, try to hire an amateur.
Oh, my God.
A lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So that's the point. I mean, I think quality is everything. And it's really about the I like to say the culture. For me, I want my team to show up and be excited, to love what they do. And that's the atmosphere that we have. So we find people within our own sphere of influence. The funniest thing is my right hand, left hand, and two legs is Terry Richard. She's our operation manager. And her husband actually married Lisa and I.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Yeah,
That's great.
And the amazing part about this is that when I was at a award ceremony for Remax at that time, I was associated with Remax, and I was very frustrated because we were the number one team, and they didn't really give us credit because we were a team. They gave credit to the individual agent, right?
I gotcha.
But that day, where I was very frustrated, I got a call from her husband saying, "Hey, Terry's looking for a job," and I was like, "Are you sure Terry's going to come work with us?" But now she really.
Now she's your backbone.
She is.
She is your backbone.
And again, it's all about quality. I couldn't believe that she wanted to come work with us.
Sure. But let me ask you this. So there's a ton of real estate companies out there, right? And you have the pick of the litter. You already mentioned one competitor in your story. Why Keller Williams? And what is Keller Williams giving you to support what you want to achieve out of your own company?
Yeah. So the major difference between Keller Williams and every other company is that Keller Williams is an agent-focused company. It's not a brand-focused company. So Keller Williams, you're not going to see a big Keller Williams sign. You're never going to see a Keller Williams commercial on TV or radio or anything like that. What they're doing is that they're helping you become a business owner. So I'm at this point could be on my own. I don't necessarily need to be with KW, but they actually offer me a lot of tools to help me grow my business, and they really emphasize on helping me just building my own brand, which is very important.
Yeah, even on your business card here, you've got Santana Properties Team, big logo. Small right hand corner is KW, Keller Williams.
No, exactly.
Because it is all about you. At the end of the day, people work with you for you, not for the brand that you necessarily work for. And I think when you can figure that piece of it out, I mean, Keller Williams is a great spot.
Real quick, long. It's a very long answer, but I want you to abbreviate it. What is your why? What makes you happy in this business?
My why is to really help people get to another level. I came from a very humble background, and what gives me the most pleasure is to see somebody that was making, $30,000 a year, and now they're making $150,000 a year.
Wow.
So I want to be able to pay my staff better than where they would get paid somewhere else. It's not about me trying to get it the cheapest. So, I want them to change their family and their lives.
But let's face it, Hudson, you're also facilitating the achievement of the American dream, and you're facilitating all these wonderful families get to where they want to get to. And the testament and what I hear online and what we see online is phenomenal with regards to what your team have achieved. Now, if you're a buyer, you're a seller, you can call 855-4-ASK-RICK. We'll put you directly in touch with Hudson Santana and his team. But how can listeners reach you?
So listeners can reach me at www.santanapropertiesteam.com. That's a great way to get in touch with us. You can call me on my cell. It's 617-272-0842.
Give that number one more time.
617-272-0842.
Perfect.
Hudson, thank you so much for coming in the studio.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, guys.